Your inner world, your operating system is dealing with this bug, this new bug called an attempted breach in all that you have done to safeguard yourself, your thinking, feeling, believing, behaving, and your beliefs that you have that drive you forward. That's your operating system. Your inner world is where you live. Thoughts, feeling, actions, emotions, sensory noise. First thing, sensory noises. What is that? In your environment outside of yourself, the people, experiences, the things you see in your home, in your relationships, whomever you let into your life, whatever activities you engage in, they are communicated or funneled into your inner world through your senses. Sight, touch, taste, smell, yes? Intuitive sense. And so sometimes we are not aware of the power of the interpretation of that message that we receive from engaging in the outer world. Welcome, my loves. Come on in here. You are always welcome here at Rebel for a Spell today. We are sending so much love to you wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us here. Today we are starting a new series, Wednesdays with me, your intuitive healing coach, your procrastination coach, helping women become powerful decision makers so we never have to doubt ourselves again. Today we are talking about how to maintain the perimeters of your safe space for good. Say it again. How to maintain the perimeters of your safe space for good. Yes, this is important for you because you, the creator of your life, have created so much progress, has created so much unbelievable miracles in your life. You have the job maybe that you enjoy doing, the work, the mission, the vision. You're walking that out, the beautiful home. You have healthy families, kids, yourself. You have made so many changes in your life to design the life you love, but out of nowhere, as life does, you have hit upon a hurdle. You've come upon a sudden change, an unexpected thing has happened that is attempting to derail your soulful mission. Happens to all of us, my loves. Maybe you are a mother and your child is dealing with a new challenge and you are questioning your ability to protect your child from harm, to protect your child. Maybe you are in negotiations right now, working a business deal, and you believe that you are being unfairly treated, that you're being burned in that deal. So you may begin to doubt yourself and bring down your walls that you have, your protective shield that you have for yourself. That's what we're talking about today. Boundaries. Boundaries of the perimeters of your safe space that protect you on many different levels. Psychologically, emotionally, physically. We're talking about your safety, your inner safety, my loves. That's why we have this live for you today, because your inner world, your operating system is dealing with this bug, this new bug called an attempted breach in all that you have done to safeguard yourself, your thinking, feeling, believing, behaving, and your beliefs that you have that drive you forward. That's your operating system. Let's say it again. Right now, you may be dealing with a bug in your operating system, and your operating system is how you think, feel, believe, and how you move through life, and what you are available to receive and release. That's why we have this live for you. Number one, let's talk about the first thing that I don't hear being spoken about in this space. How do you protect yourself? Your inner world is where you live. Thoughts, feeling, actions, emotions, sensory noise. First thing, Sensory noises, what is that? In your environment outside of yourself, the people, experiences, the things you see in your home, in your relationships, whomever you let into your life, whatever activities you engage in, they are communicated or funneled into your inner world through your senses: sight, touch, taste, smell, yes? Intuitive sense. And so sometimes we are not aware of the power of the interpretation of that message that we receive from engaging in the outer world. What does this mean? What does your house look like? Right now you're looking at this video. What is the room that you're looking at this video in? Is it your car? All of that informs your senses. Is your car, is your house cluttered, or is it free and a little bit, little things here and there sprinkled, but all of that crowds or informs the way you think and feel and see and move through your life. Your environment matters next. Besides your house and how it is physically laid out, what about the things that you engage in? The television shows, maybe, the podcasts, the movies you see. Is it filled with noise? Is violence? Is it filled with anything that will make you change the pace or invite your nervous system to be agitated or to be anxious or to be triggered, my loves? We are talking about boundaries. Boundaries and how to maintain the perimeter of your sacred space, because sometimes we don't realize that we need to protect ourselves from ourselves. Let's say it again. Sometimes we do not realize that we have to protect ourselves from ourselves. And that's why we're talking about sensory noises. Let's keep it moving. We just talked about what we invite into our physical space, our homes where we live, how we engage. Is it messy? Next, we talked about what we see and the activities that we pursue. All of that informs our nervous system. And the next thing, my loves, in terms of our sensory noises, what about the smells? How does your environment, what stimulates you to feel calm, to feel peaceful? That matters too, my love. Because if you are surrounded by smells, stench, let's tell the truth, some of us may live close to let's just call it a garbage dump, or we may be having certain challenges in our home and our plumbing. All of that affects your safe feeling of feeling calm, your feeling of managing your inner world, what you think, what you feel, you believe. Sensory noises are powerful messengers, and you interpret that information and bring it into your being by what you interpret it to affect your life, by how you interpret it to affect your life. You know what I'm talking about. Ever started working on a project and all of a sudden there's noise in the background? There's a garbage man picking up the garbage and it distracts you and throws you off your game. It affects your inner safety, your physical, psychological operating system. Number 2, my loves. Next, we're talking about how to maintain your boundaries and protect yourself from yourself and from others. Number 2, welcome, my loves, welcome. Subtle things. There's subtle things, little things that happen throughout your day that you may not be aware of. It happens so often, and you think it's not a big deal, but it compounds. They compound on each other and affect you later in the day, later in your life. Here's an example. When you are dealing with a challenge, when you are dealing with a challenging person, and there's a certain tone of voice that you receive that information from, whether it's your boss, your child, whether it's yourself, the way you think and speak to yourself and even soothe yourself, or maybe not. The tone of voice that you use, the tone of voice that is used towards you, angry, agitated, nervous, calm, berating, all of that affects how you feel inside and your capacity to what? Manage your operating system. Think, feel, show up, behave for yourself. Breathe. Subtle things. Let's keep going. When you're having a conversation and you're interrupted rudely by someone else, you're speaking and you're interrupted. What does that make you feel about yourself, about them? Good, bad, indifferent? Do you stop and pause and realize that this is something that's unacceptable to you? Subtle things, my love. You receive a text in the middle of a meeting, and it somehow is good news, bad news, and it affects your ability to stay in that high energy that you were before. Stay in that calm energy that you were before. Subtle things, my love. Road rage. You're driving in traffic and there's somebody that's driving and swerving. Listen, if you're living in Miami, if you're living in California, wherever you're living in Europe, this happens. This is normal way of living. This is life. There's always going to be something that changes your or challenges the way you hold yourself. We're talking about how to maintain the perimeters of your safe space because your operating system, how you think, feel, believe, move through life, dictates and designs the life you love, the life you deserve. So notice those subtle things, my love. You're making excuses for someone that treats you unkind. Notice the subtle things, the subtle ways, whether it is the way they look at you, they speak to you, how you regard yourself, how you make space for yourself to do all the things that you know you need. The daily habits, we talked about them, whether it's eating a healthy meal, going to exercise that you normally do, or just walking in nature. All of that informs the way you operate. And the last thing, we need to look inside our lives. Yes, let's do the work. We are powerful creators of our life. Look inside of your life and decide who is not serving you and is not in alignment with the journey that you are making, the promises you have been making to yourself to live the life you never want to run away from. So, if that's your family member, your boss, your child, your lover, and you believe and you feel intuitively that this person's energy is not serving you, they're always negative. We talk about Debbie Downers. They always have a need. They need something from you. They need it yesterday. You tell them to call you at a certain time. They call you at the contrary time. Happened to me. Call me anytime before 9. They call you anytime after 9, 10, 12. Disrespecting, my love. And the more you may be tempted to make excuses for the people or to doubt your right to have this power position, let's call it what it is, power protective position, and you acquiesce and you bend your rules so that you people please, you are not honoring yourself. You are training yourself to judge your sacred desires. You are training yourself to diminish your worth. And as the creator of your life, you deserve to keep moving forward. So even if you're going through a challenging time, as some of my clients are right now, dealing with the death of their parents, dealing with challenges with their business. Many of my clients, they deal with similar stuff that you do. And that's life, right? Life is about the game called change. Life is about the game called change. And these wobbling moments, they will always tempt us and test us and make us think we need to second guess the values that we hold true and fast to. My love, this is how you maintain the perimeters of your life, your sacred space, all that you have done to bring you to this moment where you're receiving this message from me. Because if you're anything like my clients, you know you've worked hard to elevate your life. My loves, if this has resonated with you, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Stick around because I have something juicy to share with you. I invite you to apply to the one-on-one private coaching program with me, the Born Divinely Worthy program, where you get one-on-one tailored 3-month coaching from me when your intuitive healing coach. This is important for you because you may be pursuing life at the trajectory that you've decided you need, and something happens along the way. Life is a game called change. I say it all the time. Life is a game called change, and when you master your ability to recalibrate your energy on days that you feel low, when you master incorporating people into your life that deserve that treasured spot, you will keep elevating and moving forward into the life you never want to run away from. like my clients do, like my wonderful client T, an accountant. She decided that she would maintain the perimeters of her soul when certain members of her family threatened that sacred space by disrespecting her boundaries, and she spoke up for herself, removed the people pleasing tendencies, and the gospel according to some scripture that says, honor thy parents and mothers and father, because this is, let me tell you something, you own that sacred right to decide who is invited into your sacred space. And the more you listen and value and treasure and honor, removing that judgment of yourself, you become the fullest expression of your self, inviting more of what you decide you must receive into your life. Blessings, realizing that you can remove the doubt that is the bug in your operating system and move forward, thinking, feeling, and believing you are worthy, always and forever worthy. My loves, send me a message at Rebel for a Spell here at Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You can find me here. Link is in the bio if you'd like to join me. Having a coach like me in your back pocket on days when you need that loving support. I'm here for you. Back next week, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Wednesdays with Wen. Bye.